Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Apologies for not uploading a video all this while, but here am I, and today we are going to discuss a DSA problem. It is a LeetCode medium level problem and it has been asked in companies like Amazon and Google. So let's go. So given a list of non-negative integers, arrange them in such a way that the largest number is formed and we need to return it. And since the result may be large, so we need to return a string. So here we have two examples. So you can see that in the array, we have to combine in such a way that we get the largest number. And in the second example too, you see that we have 30, 34. We have 34, which is a higher number present in the array, but we choose 9 because that is a comparatively bigger digit, right? So that needs to come in front and then we get our answer. Okay, let's understand the problem a bit. So taking the first example, right, we know that since we need to concatenate because a normal sorting would fail and you would understand that why. Because if you see these two numbers and if we are just arranging them in descending order as we have in the question, then what we will get is 102, right? But that is not the answer. That is not the larger number. Because if we consider A as 10 and B as 2, then we get this combination by doing an A plus B, right? But if we do a B plus A, we will get 210, right? Which is a bigger number, and that is the answer, right? So we need to understand that sorting the number normally won't help here. And the trick is in comparing the concatenated string, not the value. Okay, let's take another example. That A is 9 and B 34. So A plus B gives us 934 and B plus A gives us 349. So 34 is a larger number than 9, but still we are seeing that 934 or the combination where 9 is in front is a bigger number comparatively, right? So 9 will be before 34, meaning that if we are to rearrange, so this digit is going to come before the other digit, right? That is the whole point. So let's look at our example which we had in the question. So we had 3, 30, 34, 5, 9. So we are just going to work on the concatenated string, right? We are going to form the concatenated string and we'll see which string is bigger, and whichever is the bigger string that comes in front, okay, regardless of the value. So if we have to consider forming the strings with 3, this is how it will look. So 3 will be compared against all. Right. So A plus B gives us 330. B plus A gives us 303. Therefore, 3 will come before 30. A plus B here gives 334. B plus A gives us 343. So 34 will be before 3. A plus B gives us 35. B plus A gives us 53, right? So 5 will be before 3. Similarly, 39, B plus A, 93. So 9 will be before 3. So in order to understand this, let's do one thing. Let's just create a mini diagram based on what we have. So 3 before 30. So 3 will be somewhere before 30, and then 34 is before 3, 5 is before 3, and 9 is before 3. So let's make it something like this, because this is the information that we have up until now. So this is what we get after the first iteration. Okay. Now moving on to the next iteration. A is 30, B is 34, and A is 30, B is 5. So if we've forgotten the array, let's just write it here again. Right, here we have the array, and this is what we are following. So we are done with 3, and now we'll be moving forward with 30. A is equals to 30, and B is equals to 9. So we will do the same drill. So 34 comes before 30. Five before 30. So in each like computation, whatever we are doing, we are just looking at the combinations, right? It may so happen that A plus B would be greater than B plus A. In that way, whichever is A, that would be coming in front. Okay, so that is the whole point of this customized sorting. A plus B would give us 309. B plus A gives us 930, meaning 9 will be before 30. So if you look at the diagram here, we see that 34, 5, and 9 is before 30. So in this iteration, like we didn't move forward, but we just crossed one iteration over. That is what happened, and our diagram like sits the same as of like for this iteration. So let's move on to the other iteration. Okay, let's just write the array again for our convenience. So now we are going to compare 34 and 5 and 34 and 9, right? So 5 comes before 34, and 934. So 9 will come before 34. Okay. So here we see that 5 will come before 34 and 9 will come before 34. So we need to make some changes here. Five and 9, right? Now all what we have is 5 and 9 with us. So we just need to compare these two. We can do the comparison here itself, right? So just as we know that 5 and 9 is left. So A is 5, and we can just understand that which is a bigger number, yes, but we need to like have more faith on the concatenation. A plus B is 59 and B plus A is 95. So yes, 9 comes before 5. Okay. So moving on to our diagram, we need to make our last final change. Nine comes here, and this is what we get. And what we finally get is on concatenation 9534330. And this is our answer. Okay. So let's quickly see the Java solution for this. Okay. We need a list of string. And what we are doing here is we need to add it to the list, and it needs to be added as a string. So that is why we are doing string dot value of n. And all that we've seen right now, that is our custom sorting. So we need to write the logic for that. We'll compare B plus A. So if B plus A is greater, it is going to come in front. Okay, then we need to build a string builder or creation of a string for building a string. And we are going to add the string to a string builder. And we need to return a string in our answer. Since we have string builder, so we'll have to convert it to a string. Okay. So there is one small edge case that you have to consider. That is if we have array something like this, you know, the concatenation would come up like this, right? And this is just a weird representation of 0 because this or this or this means the same thing, right? So we don't need this weird interpretation. We'll just return this in case if we have any input with zeros. So in order to do that, I'll check if list dot get the 0th index equals 0. If that happens, I will return a 0 as a string. Okay. So talking on the time complexity and space complexity, the time complexity for this is n log n. And why it is n log n? Because you know that sorting is involved and it dominates most of the part of the algorithm, right? And we need to compare each, like a comparison is involved, which is comparing each string. A string concatenation is happening, right? So like this will be the type complexity, and for space complexity will be n, because we are building a string builder and we also have a string array. So hoping you guys understood this. Thank you so much for watching, and let's catch up in the next video.